working fine. This is going to be part 10 of this playthrough of Zero Escape Virtue's Last Reward on the PC. I wasn't supposed to stream this afternoon because I thought that I would not have the time to do so, but we got finished earlier than I thought we would, so that allows me to have a stream up lasting, 2 hours and a half, maybe, or thereabouts. We'll see. And we had a ton of questions for Alice, so let me start with this one. What the heck does that thing say?
そんなのわからないわよ。わかるわけないでしょ。解読するためのキーがないんだから。
But I do have the key.
四つ葉もか。
アリスがわからないのに、私がわかるわけないじゃん。
そうか。
Not much we can do then. We can come back to that code stuff later. I've got another question. Alice, Clover, who the hell are you? Why do you know about this code?
それは
You told me your job was to eliminate enemies of the state or something like that. Just what the hell kind of a job is that? I think it's time you told us what you do. And why you're wearing so little clothing.
悪いけど、それは言えないわ。
Bullshit. Why not?
あなたが爆弾を仕掛けた犯人、クレイドールズのメンバーかもしれないからよ。
That's idiotic. Of course I'm
そう
not.
じゃないっていう保証なんてどこにもないでしょ。敵に情報を与えるわけにはいかないのよ。
I'm not your enemy. God damn it. I'm your ally. I'm your friend. I just want all of us to get out of here. Just please tell us. Please. We need to find out who did this so we can all escape. But we have too little information. We need your help. Fine. If you won't tell us about yourself, then just tell us about the Myrmidons. What else do you know about them?
ごめんなさい。
Before I could blink, she'd leapt up and run out of the room. Hey, wait, Alice! I took off after her. Until you tell me what you know.
四つ葉に聞けばよかったじゃない。
Clover?
あの子が私の仲間だってもう気づいてるんでしょ。だったら
Well, yeah. Then why don't you? I wanted to hear it from you.
なんでよ。
Because this is the Alice ending. Don't you get it? That's a good question. Remember with the crew quarters or this garden? We got paired up for 2 separate rounds. That means I've spent more time with you than anybody else here. Maybe that's it. I guess I'm just curious about you.
何よそれ。
She spun around to hide it, but I caught a blush of red on her cheeks. We walked down the path to where it ended next to the pond. Spill the beans already. I stayed silent. Alice sat down on the bench. We gazed at the smooth surface of the pond for several long minutes before she began to speak.
憎んでないの？
Why? What? Why?
私はあなたを殺そうとしたのよ。
Yes, I do hate you, but just a little. You mean in the AB game?
ええ。怖かったのよ、とても。突然こんなところに閉じ込められて、わけのわからないゲームをさせられて、爆弾のことだってそう。あれを見つけたとき、冷静に話してたように聞こえたかもしれないけど、本当は怖くて仕方がなかったの。それに輪をかけるようにあのことが重なって。
What do you mean?
クオークが倒れたって聞いて、みんなで医務室に駆けつけた時のことよ。あの時私、みんなが何を言ってるのかまるでわからなかったの。周りのすべての光景がなんていうか早送りの映像のように見えて、そのうち自分が誰なのかもわからなくなって、まるで自分が自分じゃないようなそんな感覚にとらわれて。
That was probably the Radical 6.
ええ。
And I saved your ass.
その
That
後の
fine
こと
piece of
は
ass,
よく
I
覚
might
えて
add.
ないけど、とにかく医務室で目覚めた途端、たちまちあの時の恐怖が蘇ってきたの。 だから私は一刻も早く脱出したいってそう思って、あなたが死ぬかもしれないなんて考えもしなかったわ。あなたが死ぬかどうかなんてどうでもよかったのよ。ほらね、憎いでしょ。殺したくなった？私のこと。
What? Do what?
殺しなさいよ。さあ。
What the hell, Alice? I'm not going to kill you. I don't even hate you.
嘘よ。一歩間違えば死ぬところだったのよ。
Come on, calm down. No one's killing anyone. Well, among the two of us anyway. Single tear rolled down Alice's cheek. Then another, and another, leaving shining lines across her face. When I reached out, I saw her tense just slightly. Slowly, I brushed my thumb across her cheek, enough, taking her tears with it.
どうしてそんな風に優しくしてくれるの？なんだか亡くなった父のことを思い出すわ。
That's who you are after, right? The people who killed your dad.
ええ。
Did they have anything to do with the Myrmidons?
私が泣いたこと、四つ葉に黙っててくれる？
Ha, come on.
もしも黙っててくれるなら、口止め料として教えてあげるわ。クレイドールズのことも、それから私自身のことも。
Tantalizing proposition. Sure. My lips are sealed.
本当に？
What, crying? I don't remember any crying.
そう。それじゃあ聞かせてあげるわ。
Alice took a deep breath and began, but it's gonna be up to me to read it all out loud, I guess. Yeah, I thought so. Anyway, my father is Egyptian, but my mother is French. They met while my mother was in Egypt on vacation and married shortly thereafter. When I was 3, we all moved to the US. My father was a scientist and his field was cloning. He was recruited by an American lab, which was why we moved. Both of my parents had used English around me from the time I was born, so I didn't have any problems adapting to life in the United States. By my 9th birthday, we'd been there for 6 years. That was when it happened. In the middle of the day, my mother showed up at school. Her eyes were red and puffy, but she didn't say anything to me on the drive home. When we arrived, there were several policemen there to meet us. My father had always been a very punctual man, and when dinner time came and went with no sign of him, even I began to realize something terrible had happened. It wasn't until several years later that I finally learned the truth. My father's lab had been attacked by terrorists, and he had been kidnapped. For the rest of my childhood, my mother raised me by herself. I didn't realize it then, but it must have been incredibly difficult for her, as a single mother alone in a country where any relatives were a transatlantic flight away. She did her best not to let me see it, but every so often, when she thought she was alone, the mask would fall away, and in every line of her face I could see exhaustion and loneliness. As much as I missed my father, it was those moments that made me wish more than anything that he'd never been taken. Fortunately, I was an excellent student and did especially well in math. I earned a full-ride scholarship straight out of high school and spent the next several years studying. After graduation, I took a job with the Department of Defense, hoping that they might have the resources to help me look for my father. I was immediately assigned to the Special Office of Internal Security. Their purpose is to investigate and sometimes deal with terrorist organizations and other serious threats to the state. I could tell my mother wasn't happy about my decision, but she chose to remain silent about it. Eventually, I learned that the terrorist organization that had taken my father was none other than the Myrmidons, although at the time that name didn't mean anything to me. They were suspected of human cloning. Specifically, it was thought that they had been using cloning techniques to copy their most useful members and expand their ranks. The Myrmidons apparently believed that they could use cloning to create a new race of humans. Now at last I knew the reason for my father's abduction. The commander of the Myrmidons is a man named Left. We know his name and his gender, but not his appearance or his age. The Myrmidons are closely associated with a cult known as Free the Soul. We believe that Free the Soul provides their funding, but trying to pin any kind of misdeeds on the cult's leader, a man named Rudder, is like trying to nail Jello to a wall. brother is supposed to be fairly advanced in years, and rumors say he's so old he can't even get out of bed. Unfortunately, his mind seems to be as sharp as ever. At that point, I hit a wall. I knew the Myrmidons had been behind my father's kidnapping, but that was all I could learn about them. Then one day I got a tip that some of them were hiding in a building in the Nevada desert. I headed out immediately. On the way there, my car had some engine trouble and stalled out. I was trying to decide what to do when an SUV appeared out of nowhere. I'll give you one guess who was behind the steering wheel. Clover. That was the first time we met. There were 4 other people in the car with her, and when I asked them what they were doing, I got what was just about the last answer I'd expected. What was she doing, dressed as an Egyptian princess, barefooted in the middle of the desert? Even if her car broke down. I mean, you can tell that this was not their initial intent with the character. But anyway, you have to go along with it. They told me they'd been locked up inside of the very building I'd been on my way to investigate, and that they were currently in pursuit of the people who had kidnapped them in the first place. My priorities shifted very quickly. After a short discussion, I convinced them to allow me to come along. My hope was to find the people they were chasing, who I was certain were Myrmidons. In the end, however, we were unable to track them down. In fact, I still don't know where they might have gone. Eventually, I took Clover and her companions to SOIS headquarters. We decided that involving the police would only complicate things. After some questioning, it was determined that the people who had instigated this particular event were not connected to the Myrmidons. We did, however, discover that the mysterious disappearance and subsequent reappearance of several children 9 years prior was connected to Free the Soul. There was also a 6th person in the SUV, although they weren't riding in it per se. A middle-aged man, who I'll just call H for now, had been bound and placed in the trunk. According to the other 4, he had been behind the disappearance of the children 9 years earlier. We also learned that this pharmaceutical company, a major player on the world stage, was effectively controlled by Free the Soul. More specifically, I suppose H was a member of Free the Soul and very committed to their cause. So why had he kidnapped all those children? Apparently it had been part of an experiment designed to test the ability of certain people to access what's called the morphogenetic field. I don't imagine you've ever heard of it before, so I'll try and give you a quick rundown. Simply put, these people can access a sort of field that allows their consciousness to resonate with the consciousness of certain other people. To be honest, it might be simpler to just call it telepathy. The SOIS had heard of this particular ability before and had actually used it in a number of investigations, so I wasn't surprised to learn of its existence. I was shocked, however, to learn that these experiments had been carried out by a member of Free the Soul. If that was the case, then Brother must have known about it. The thought of him discovering a way to control and harness that power was terrifying. It wasn't too long after the incident in Nevada that another tip about the Myrmidons crossed my desk. This time it claimed that the Myrmidons intended to launch a large-scale biological terrorist attack. My bosses decided that we needed more agents to deal with a threat of that magnitude, and Clover was recruited. Because she'd been a test subject in H's experiments, we knew she had the ability to access the morphogenetic field, and we wanted to put that ability to use. After several months of training, she was sent on her first mission. She would be tasked with the infiltration and investigation of a Myrmidon cloning lab. I was assigned to be her commanding officer. I hoped that our investigation might also give me a lead on my father's whereabouts. At last I had a chance to find out what had happened to him. I wouldn't let that chance pass me by. Perhaps that was what kept me from noticing the truth. The whole operation was a trap. Yeah, that's what Clover said in her own ending too. The lab was fake and Clover was captured almost immediately. I got there as fast as I could, but when I arrived the building was only an empty shell. All of the conspirators who had pretended to be researchers and the lab and the like had already fled. I searched frantically for Clover until at last in the basement room I found her. She had been tied to a chair, but on the floor next to her was another body. It was my father. He looked as if he'd just been dumped there, and when I got to him, his body was already cold. He was covered in dark, ugly bruises. It wasn't until later that I learned that he had died from ruptured organs and internal bleeding. They had beaten him to death. As soon as Clover had been captured, the Myrmidon in the mask had come to visit her. It said that unless she wanted to end up like my father, she would leave them alone and tell her masters at the SOIS to do likewise. In retrospect, they must have known who I was and who my father was. That was why they had killed him. Perhaps they thought they were sending a message to me, or that once he was gone, I'd lose my reason for chasing them. I have to finish drinking that tea before it goes cold. They were very, very wrong. I took Clover with me and left. I tried to console myself with the fact that I had at least been able to save her. Sometime later I received a call from the coroner. He told me there was something I needed to see. There in the morgue was my father, cold and pale on a steel table. I could barely stand to look at him, but the coroner insisted. On his arm were 2 rows of numbers comprised of 8s and 9s. It took me a moment to recognize my father's handwriting. He had carved them into his own skin. On his chest was another message, but they were letters this time, not numbers. Not many, just enough to make a short sentence. I love you, Alice. I broke down crying right there in the morgue. They were the first tears I'd shed since the operation had started, and there was no stopping them. There would be no forgiveness. Not for the monsters who would put my father through this. They'd destroyed my family. I would make them pay, even if I had to die to do it. That night I made a promise to myself I would avenge my father. It didn't take long to figure out that the numbers he'd written were latitude and longitude. They pointed to a chemical factory that had been disguised as an abandoned building. Further investigation revealed that it was the Mother Lode, I guess, we'd been looking for, the headquarters of the Myrmidons. I think my father must have known how things would turn out. Knowing he was going to die, he'd written the direction to our enemy's fortress on his own body. He'd sacrificed too much for me to waste this opportunity with recklessness. This time our operation would succeed. This time I wouldn't let my excitement put Clover or any of my other agents in danger. So we took our time, we gathered information, we did our research, and planned. Finally we were ready. December 25th, 2028 was going to be the day we finally set foot inside the Myrmidon stronghold. But then, on the 22nd, only 3 days before the operation was scheduled to begin, a man in a gas mask appeared. So you inhaled that gas, passed out, and woke up here in the AB room.
これがクレイドールズと私に関することのすべてよ。もちろん細かい部分については端折ってるけど、大体の概要は分かったでしょ?
Yeah, thanks. She gave me a sad sort of smile and stood up. Not yet. Your story explained a lot, but there's still one big question.
答え?
Who here is a Myrmidon? One of us planted the bombs. And based off the code we found, it's pretty clear that person is a Myrmidon. Right?
そうね。
And I agree that we need to figure out who they are.
突き止めるって言ってもどうやって?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about. Do you have any clues?
思い当たること? 思い当たることね。あの暗号表を解読できれば、もしかしたら何かわかるかもしれないけど。
How can we do that?
だから言ったでしょ?
We need the key.
そのためにはキーが必要なのよ。それがわからないことにはどうにも。
What's a key?
キーはキーよ。解読するための鍵のこと。クレイドールズはその鍵として長い桁数の数字を使っていて。
Wait, a long string of numbers? Could that be... Seven eight 153 610 98 838 09 42419 90551.
なんなのよその数字は。
I was almost as surprised as she was. The numbers had just kind of appeared in my mind, and I was saying them before I knew what I was doing. Alice looked at me incredulously, and I stared back.
待って、今の数字もう一回言ってもらえる
？78153 610 98 838 09 42419 90551.
それって19844935-1を3乗した数じゃない。
You calculated that? like that? Just like off the top of your head? What?
だから今シグマが言った25桁の数、
And what is the number supposed to mean?
それを素因数分解すると198449351の3乗になるのよ。
Ah, yeah, she did say that she was very good at math, I guess. But to that point, I mean, to that extent, really? You're talking about reducing an integer to a series of prime numbers that you multiply together to get it, right? Like if you have 30, then you'd get 2 times 3 times 5, right?
そうよ。中学校で習ったでしょ。
I can't even remember if I learned about factorization when I was in junior high, but I know what it is, obviously, but... So you're saying that, 198,449,351 is a prime? And if you multiply it by itself 3 times, you'd get... that string? I'm not gonna read it out loud. Don't tell me you just did all that, did all of that in your head.
暗算よ。
I did do all of that in my head.
頭の中で計算したの。
But no, no way. That's
言
impossible.
ったでしょ。数学は人よりも得意だって。
That's not better at
そ
math.
ういうあなただってたった今膨大な桁数の数字をスラスラと暗唱したじゃない。
I have a very good memory.
私に言わせればそっちの記憶力の方が驚異的だわ。ところで今の25桁の数字どこで知ったの？
In a different reality, alternate timeline, parallel universe, call it however you like. I didn't know what to say. What would I tell her? That it just came to me?
そう言えないのね。分かったわ。でもとにかく今の数字が例の暗号表を解読するためのキーになってることは間違いないと思う。クレイドールズが素数をかけたものをキーとして使ってるってことは分かってるから。
Aha.
デタラメな25桁の数字、その3乗項が偶然素数になる確率なんて限りなくゼロに近いし、ってことは25桁の数字は何者かの手によって作為的に生成された可能性が高いってことになるわ。
Uh-huh. Could you explain that with small
だ
words?
から要するに25桁の数字を素因数分解したもの、198449351の3乗が暗号を解くためのヒントになってるってこと。
Yeah, but what does it mean? Like 1984? I don't know, April 9th? 3:51 a.m.? I have no idea.
まだわからない？さっき医務室で見た暗号表思い出してみて。モニターにはなんて出力されてた？
I think the first row was... yeah, what he says.
2行目は？
Then they just repeat.
それにしてもやっぱりすごい記憶力ね。
Well, your math skills are... I mean, I should think even more impressive.
私たちの組織に欲しいぐらいだわ。
Well, keep going. How do we decode that?
今の文字列にさっきの素数198449351を当てはめてみるのよ。
How do we do that?
左上から順番に1文字目のアルファベット、9文字目のアルファベット、8文字目のアルファベットといった感じで文字を拾い読みしていけばいいの。 そうすれば多分解けると思うわ。
Nope, but just keep going because you're gonna solve it for me anyway. I ran over what she'd said in my head. The prime number Alice had given me was 198449351. So what would we get if we picked out letters like she'd explained? The first letter would be C from the top left. Then you'd move 9 to the right, which would give you O. Then 8 more. Ah, yeah, okay, you pick letter number 1, then you move 9, then you move 4 and so on, 8 and 4 and so on. Yeah, okay. And that word was decode the password. We'll have 6 chances to succeed, fail, and the game is over. Oh, okay. I should probably write down that one then. 1984 whatever. 1984 49351. That pen won't work. Okay, there we go. Ah, but I can't see the letters anymore. Nope. Ah, but it's not showing me the letters anymore. How am I supposed to solve it then? I don't have it in the gold file by any chance. I can't even see the letters anymore. And I obviously didn't write it down. Yeah, well, whatever. Well, that would be C, but then... What, clay dolls? No. No, that can't be. I don't have the picture anymore. I guess I should look it up. Just the image. As long as I have the image, then I can solve it. Virtues last reward. String letters. Images. Okay, well, I've got the string of letters right here. Okay, so the first letter is a C. C. Then you move 9 to the right, so that's Q-U-G-H-N-M-T-E-O. C-O. Then 8 letters. Is that a O or a Q? No, it's a O. 8 letters. N-E-R-A-X-D-F-M. So that's M. Then 4 letters from the M. I-O-V-P. Comp. 4 letters again. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's an L. Then 9 letters again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's E. Then 3, 5, 1. T. And 5 letters. Completed. That would be the code. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, completed. Okay. That's the code, I suppose. Back to the game. I did it. Completed. That's it. That's the answer.
それって確かなの？
Yeah. I did exactly what you told me to, and the word I got is completed. But actually it's completed, completed, completed. The code and the letters repeat every 2 lines. It just repeats.
私は暗号表の文字列を正確に記憶しているわけじゃないから、あなたがそこまで強く言うなら
I'm definitely
分
certain.
かったわよ。でもコンプリーティッドって何かしら？
Well, Dio completed his mission. What? Aside from the obvious, you mean? I'm guessing here it means mission complete. So that's what the transmitter was for.
やつ？やつって誰よ？通信機って何？
I barely even heard her. Suddenly my mind was full of memories that hadn't been there a moment before. It was like a wave had washed away the sand, revealing a bed of precious gems underneath. The old lady, the eclipse, K, and everything.
我が父よ、兄よ、ブラザーよ、私はついに聖なる任務を成し遂げました。人類をこの手で救ったのです。それはあなたのご加護があったからこそ、心から
Damn it! Why hadn't I realized it before? I could remember a series of numbers, but not this? At least I remembered it now. Dio was a member of the Myrmidons, and not just any member, he was their leader. That meant he had to be the one who'd planted the bombs.
ねえちょっと聞いてる
Hey, are you listening to me?
だったら質
Yeah.
問に答えなさい
Yeah,
よ
I suppose I am. Then answer my question.
ヤスって一体誰なの通信機っていうのは何
I didn't trust myself to try and explain it to her. More than likely she'd just think I was insane. Hold on. Even I could barely make sense of the sudden influx of new information. Hi, Derpy-jun.
あな
Hi.
たがクレイド
Sorry.
ールズの一員だなんて言わな
I
いわよ
forgot
ね
to get chat open on the side, so I could keep a look at it. If I was, do you really think I'd reveal myself like this?
まあ確かにそれもそうね
Out of nowhere, Clover appeared.
こんなところにいたんだ。探したんだからね。
Really?
今みんな B 階の倉庫に集まってて、みんなっていうかルナとクオーク以外だけど。
Where are they?
どうして
You've still got 45 minutes until the white doors open.
知ってる。
Okay, hey, wait a minute. I thought UK and Quark didn't know about the white
医務
doors.
室で天明寺さんから聞いたの。それでどこにあるか教えてくれるって言うから天明寺さんに連れられて B か。
クオークのことはルナに任せることにしたのね
うん。そしたらそこにファイと K とディオもいて、
So,
いきなりファイと天明寺さんとディオの3人が喧嘩を始めちゃったんだよ。
what?
なんでまた原因は何
According to Clover, the last AB game had been the cause of their fight. Even though Tenyoji had only had one BP, Phi had chosen to betray. They started to fight, and since Zio had pressed to betray on behalf of his team, eventually he got dragged in too.
でもそれってなんかおかしくないファイだって BP は1だったんだから正当防衛だと思うけど
ああもういいからとにかく来てよ。今は K が必死になって仲裁に入ってるけど一人で3人を抑えるには限界が。
Okay. Come on, Alice, let's go.
了解よ
Let's speed things up a bit. Warehouse B. So what's up? All four of them were still there when we arrived. They seemed to have calmed down a bit, but the tension in the air was almost visible. I felt like I'd stepped into a room full of flammable gas. Even the smallest spark could turn the whole place into a raging inferno. Even Kay, usually so calm and collected, was standing ramrod straight with his hand balled into a fist at his side. I looked at Alice, pursed my lips, and then headed over to the angry knot of people occupying most of the room. Clover told me what's going on. This whole thing is stupid. You need to knock it off.
くだらないこと？これのどこがくだらないと言うんじゃ。こっちは命がかかっておるんじゃぞ。
I know, but yelling at each other isn't going to solve your problem. The best thing for us to do right now is to trust each other and get through this. Wouldn't you agree?
わしを殺そうとした相手をどうやって信じろと言うんじゃ。
それはこっちも同じだ。何度も言うようだが、天明寺。お前はディオに投票権を委ねた。その時点で、私の殺害を容認しているに等しい。
じゃからあの時はクオークのことで頭がいっぱいで。
Well, to be fair, he was fine. He would have been fine on his own, but you can't blame him for feeling like he had to look for his grandson. Well, adoptive grandson, but still, it's the same thing.
そんなものは言い訳にはならん。大体お前は私が裏切りを選んだことについて糾弾してくるが、だったら何か私が協力を選ぶべきだったとでも言うのか。もしもそんなことをしていたら私はすでにこの世にはいないことになるんだぞ。
それはお互い様じゃろ。もしもディオが協力を選んでいたらと思うとゾッとするわい。
二人ともそろそろやめませんか。シグマさんが言った通り 今は仲違いしている時ではないでしょ
お前が言うかねそのセリフを。四つ葉を裏切って一人で脱出しようとしたくせに。
殺人未遂よりははるかにマシだと思いますが。
Well, at least I think Clover wasn't in any danger of dying.
だからあれは天明寺を救うためにだな。
Arrgh! God damn it! Enough already! I roared with fury and my voice echoed and rebounded off the walls of the warehouse. Everyone fell silent. I didn't know how long that silence would last, so I decided to put it all on the table. There was only one way I was going to be able to take control of the situation. Guys, listen to me. We really don't have time for this. I was met with a number of glares, but I soldiered on. See, the thing is, I figured out who planted the bombs. Aha! Now I've got their attention.
その犯人って。
もしかしてさっき言ってた？
Sort of, yeah. I know which one of you it is.
やつとは一体何じゃ？
どういうことなのかきちんと説明してください。
I don't think I need to. They're going to admit their guilt in just a few minutes.
自供？
He's right there. You're all going to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Or I guess I should say, Dio's mouth.
何を言い出すかと思えば、この俺が犯人だとでも言うのか？
Oh yeah, I'm sure of it. Yes, I do. I skipped the line of dialogue. Hey, if you're gonna accuse me, you better have some pretty damn good evidence, pal. I'm not accusing you. I'm just stating a fact.
だから、その根拠は何だって聞いてんだろうが。
From your mouth. Believe it or not. Fun as it was, I knew taunting alone wouldn't be enough to make Dio confess. He'd just play dumb. He was good at it, and I'd get nothing. That meant I was going to have to trick him. Well, you see, I'm actually from Free the Soul.
フリーザ？そうだ。なんだそれ。聞いたこともねえな。
Hippie Shoe Company. Don't play dumb, Dio, or should I call you left? Brother ordered me to come here, to keep an eye on you. It was quick, but for just a moment I saw his eyes twitch. I leapt on that moment of weakness like a hungry dog on a steak. Fine, skepticism is understandable, admirable even, but perhaps this will convince you. I pressed forward, pulling out every fact I could remember. I told Dio about Brother's background and how his younger brother Left had been murdered. I mentioned casually that the Myrmidons were all clones of a single person. So, still not convinced? How about this? 7815361, oh well, whatever, I'm not reading this again. Do a little prime factor decomposition on that and you'll get that number to the third power. If I'm not who I say I am, how on earth could I possibly know that?
そんなバカな。
Finally. So, let's start over, shall we? I was sent here to watch your every move. It seems our wise and noble brother doesn't trust you, he expects betrayal.
嘘だ。
I assure you I'm not lying. But if you don't believe me, why don't you go outside and call him yourself with your transmitter?
違う。違う。そんなことはありえない。ブラザーは俺のことを信頼してくださっている。だからこそ俺はこの任務の遂行役として抜擢されたんだ。そもそも俺がクレイドールズのリーダーに選ばれたのだって。
Oops! Spilled the beans. Huh? Sorry, what was that?
俺がクレイドールズのリーダーに選ばれたのも。
Heh. I grinned.
まさか騙したのか。
Sorry, Dio. I've never even seen
だっ
Brother.
たら今の話は何だったんだ。どうしてお前がそんなことを知ってる。
Dunno. Maybe I was divinely inspired.
ふざけるな。
Fusagere-na.
なあ、一体どういうことなんだ？
クレイドールズというのは何なんです？
Yeah, why is it clay dolls in Japanese and myrmidons in English anyway? Dio and I stared at one another while Clover and Tenmyoji quickly explained to Fai and Kei about the memory card and the number 2 bomb, and about the code we'd found that was from a terrorist organization called the Myrmidons.
つまり爆弾を仕掛けたのはクレイドールズという組織のメンバーということですね。
で、今まさにそのことをディオが認めたと。
Yeah.
許せない許せないわ
I heard a low, furious muttering behind me and turned to see Alice, her lips pulled back into a snarl.
殺してやる殺してやる
I'm going to kill you. Well, that's what she's saying in Japanese, so...
殺してやる
Her voice rose to a scream as she charged toward Dio. He ducked out of the way smoothly and pulled something from his pocket.
おっとっと威勢のいい女は嫌いじゃねえがそのぐらいにしておいた方が身のためだぜババ
なんですって
Baba? Old woman?
俺が今持ってる装置なんだかわからねえのか
まさか起爆装置
Kibakusachi?
ご名答じゃあこのスイッチを押したらどうなるかもわかるな
The antimatter bombs are going to explode.
この施設には少なくとも2つの半物質爆弾が仕掛けられてい
But
る
at least now we know who has them.
それらが爆発す
Who
る
has the detonator.
まあ2つじゃないけどな
There are 4 of them.
01の爆弾もどこかに設置され
And
て
the
いる
number 0 bomb as well.
そうだそれに加えてもう一つ
It's 4 in total. 4.
4つもあるっていうの？
その通り仕掛けた爆弾は全部で4つだ030201の他にももう一つあるんだよナンバー00の爆弾がな合計すると TNT 換算で4トン分の爆弾ってことになるそれが炸裂すりゃお前らは一巻の終わりだこの建物もろとも吹っ飛ばされて跡形もなく消え失せることになるだろう
それはお前とて同じじゃろうが。
ディオお前も死ぬことになるぞ
Maybe he doesn't care.
元より覚悟の上だ俺にはスペアもいるから問題はない
Yeah, he has clones of himself, I guess.
スペアというのは先ほどシグマさんが言っていた
そうクローンのことだ
I heard Alice whisper something to Clover.
四つ葉行くわよ訓練の成果を見せてやりなさい
Before I had a chance to ask them what was going on, they moved.
ふざけんじゃないわよダメ
He roared and leapt toward Dio, Clover following just behind. Alice threw a punch at Dio's face, and as he dodged, Clover spun out from behind her. Dio grunted and turned to focus on Alice, but Clover darted in and snatched the detonator from his hand.
四つ葉確保
了解シグマ持ってて
Huh? Before I could respond, Clover had thrown the detonator at me. I scrambled to grab it out of the air and held it to my chest.
くそやめろ離せって言ってんだろうがこのクソ甘
Kay, a little hand here. You're all in a metal, in an armor made of metal, so you should be able to restrain him without too much problem. If everyone is on top of him, what can he do? Yelling didn't do him any good, and Dio found himself subdued by the skillful teamwork of Alice and Clover. Strangely though, once they had a hold of him, he stopped struggling. I was reminded of a gazelle with its neck in the mouth of a lion. Had he surrendered? Or did he have some trick up his sleeve? It didn't feel right. I didn't have to wait long for my misgivings to prove true. The detonator in my hand suddenly began to flash. What? Okay, he says serves you right. In Japanese, he's only laughing.
何がおかしいのよ
いやお前らの間抜けっぷりがあまりにも滑稽でな
Well, the bombs were on a timer anyway, so...
どういうこと？
Naze?
今シグマが持ってる起爆装置そいつはな俺の体から1メートル以上離れると爆弾に向かってタイマーを作動させるよう命令を発信する仕組みになってるんだよ誰かに奪われた場合のことを想定してそういう仕掛けが施されてるんだ要するにアリスと四つ葉が余計なことをしてくれたおかげで爆弾は遠隔操作式から次元式へと変わったってことだ
Ah, so they were not on a timer until then.
したがってもはや起爆装置を破壊しても無駄ってことになる爆弾に内蔵されたタイマーはすでに作動しちまってるからな
Yeah, we need the code. How long do we have?
30分後だよ。
And there are still two bombs we don't know where they are.
たったの30分しかないというのか。
ご愁傷様。
どうすれば止められるんですか？
それは話したでしょ。まずはパスワードの入力装置が必要。
Ah, yeah, that's not the device that allows you to input information, the detonator. I thought it was. I thought it was the same thing.
緊急解除用のパスワードを入力すれば。
なあアリス、お前一体何者なんだよ。どうしてそんなことを知ってる？
答える義理はないわ。それよりも入力装置がどこにあるのか教えなさい。
それこそ答える義理はないね。いったバカ、やめろ、腕が折れる。
そりゃそうよ。折ろうとしてるんだもの。
She couldn't care less.
やめてくれ。
入力装置のありかを教えたらね。
What do you care to still have your arm if you're gonna die in 30 minutes? Wise ass.
わかった、言うよ。コードの右のポケットの中だ。
四つ葉、調べて。
She nodded and started digging through his pockets. After a few minutes...
ダメ、何も入ってないよ。
もしかして嘘を教えたの？
嘘じゃねえって。もう一度ちゃんとよく調べてくれ。
待って、何かあるみたい。
Clover pulled her hand from his pocket and held it out. Is that a pill, like for medicine?
ねえ、何なのよ。
It's for him to commit suicide.
よく見えねえな。
Like, show it to me, and then he's gonna bite into it or something, and swallow it so he dies.
もっと顔の前に近づけてくれよ。
Don't do it, Clover! Don't do it! Clover frowned and moved closer to Dio, holding the pill out toward him. Too late. Suddenly he moved, and his right hand snacking out to grab the pill from Clover's hand. Before anyone could react, he shoved it into his mouth. I heard a tiny crack as he bit down on it. Almost immediately, he grimaced in pain.
しまった。
なんじゃ？何を飲んだんじゃ？
おそらく毒薬だ。
Yeah, cyanide or something like that.
私としたことがうかつだったわ。
Yeah, you were pretty stupid on that one. His eyes rolled up into his head and flecks of spittle began to trickle out from the corners of his mouth. I grabbed him by the hair and shook. What the hell are you doing? Where's the input device?
うちの玄関に
Listen back, couch back.
忘れてきた。
Don't screw with me! He's dying, so I don't think punching him is gonna do you any good.
わかった。それじゃあ解除用のパスワードだけでもいい。教えてくれ。
解除用のしつこいやつらだな。
Just the one? I mean, there's still 3 bombs and you don't know that we already have 2 of the codes, so...
わかったよ。どっちにしろ入力装置がなけりゃ教えてやろう。ただし一つだけだ。
It's better than nothing.
03の
Ah, for bomb 3. Okay. Okay. So that's the one from the crew quarters.
その文字列は
Yes, I'm ready. My pen is ready.
B K Z
It's not the same code in Japanese.
X C N K K R だ。
L H C N M R. Okay. What about the other 3? Tell us the other 3. He didn't even seem to hear me.
俺は新たなる人類の未来の礎となるんだ。
His voice was weak, and more foam was dribbling out of his mouth.
新世界の光明、ブラザーに永遠の栄あれ。
Those were the last words Dio spoke. He died with a strange, happy smile.
結局
Damn!
爆弾03のパスワードしかわからなかったね。
Well, I have 3 of the 4 passwords. I still don't have the password for bomb number 02. And I still don't have the location of bomb 00 and 01. And I still don't have the remote, so...
どうするのこれから
I don't know.
爆発まであと何分だ
Well, he said 30 minutes, but that was a while ago already.
25分です。
それは確かな数字か
ええ、実はディオさんからタイムリミットを聞いたときにバングルの時刻を確かめておいたんです。
It's going to coincide with going through the colored doors, I bet.
その時の表示がちょうど30分でした。
つまり次の第一扉が開くまでの残り時間と爆弾が爆発するまでの残り時間は同じというわけじゃな。
そうです。ところで現在の残り時間はというと
Oh, so 25 minutes.
まずいわね。最悪の場合は白の扉の先へと逃げ込めば
第一扉が開放されてから閉鎖されるまでには5分かかる。だから
そう。爆発の前に先に進むのは不可能ってことになるわ。
Besides, would that do you any good?
とにかくじっとしていても仕方がない。捜索を開始しよう。探さなければならないものは3つある。パスワードの入力装置と
And the remaining 2 bombs, right?
あとは03以外のパスワードも見つけ出さないと。
I already have 2 of the other codes. I'm still missing 1.
確かに
Maybe Dio has a note or something.
待って、調べてみるわ。
She knelt down and quickly checked his pockets and sleeves and then sat back on her heels, frustrated.
ダメ、何も持ってないみたい。
She looked pale.
ならばどこかに隠されていることを祈って天明寺このことをルナに伝えておいてくれないか。
わかった。了解じゃ。
よし、それでは行こう。各自健闘を祈る。3回
We all took off at a run, heading to different parts of the building. But all of our searching turned up nothing, and as we searched, the clock kept ticking. Too late. Then at last, the chromatic doors opened. Our time had run out. We watched the white doors open. Were they doors to heaven or to hell? The thought barely had time to flutter through my mind before everything went white. We didn't even have time to say goodbye. 1,000 emotions flooded my brain in those last moments. Why? How? How had we ended up this way? Then the blistering wave of heat, like the surface of the sun itself, wiped out any lingering thoughts. A boom! My consciousness slipped away into a bottomless pool of darkness. Neither heaven nor hell, only the void. And this is the Alice ending, I think. Hi, RNG. Doing good, thanks. How about you? Well, don't have to watch the credits roll. It's the same as always anyway, no change. Well, that's one more ending, only 4 to go. Okay. Well, that path, I'm done with that one. So I guess I have to go back here and then choose Betray. I still don't have the password to that one. And that one. Lock number 3. No, I don't think I have the solution to that one. Okay, well, let's go back there then. What was that here? There isn't enough antiviral medication. Yeah, okay, whatever. Let's Betray.
おい
Pretty stoked going to a Day of the Death parade later today. Day of the Death? Day of the Dead? Or something like that. Been a while since you've been to one. These things don't happen over here, so... Or is that... you mean like Dia de los Muertos? Something like that? That's what you mean? Spy and I stepped out of the AB room. I could see the others running toward the projection, shoving and pushing to get closer.
シグマ、一応礼を言っておこう。
Yeah, because I betrayed. She's She's glad that I betrayed. I guess I should say thanks. Oh, come on. You don't need to do that. I just made the obvious choice. Well, I'm sure Alice chose betray. That meant we pretty much had to choose betray, right? Yeah, Mexican tradition, yeah.
なぜわかる？
I only know because of playing Grim Fandango. How do you know what she's going to choose? I guess you could say I just know. Are you making fun of me? Maybe. I think, is it possible that she allied this time, but she betrayed it even though she betrayed last time? Alright. Ambidex again!
第1ラウンドキック発表。皆さん、画面にご注目ください。
Pretty cool game Grim Fandango is. Yeah, it is pretty cool. I can't remember if I ever beat it though. I played a lot of it on the PC, but like way back when it released, so like in the early 2000s or something like that. I know there's a remaster. It's even on Switch, but I didn't get it, unfortunately. Maybe when it gets discounted or something like that, I should consider downloading it. Betray, ally, 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 betray. Ah, she allied this time. Oh, she's gonna be royally pissed at me.
というわけで、結果発表は以上なんだうさ。各自バングルの数字を確かめてほしいんだうさ。
Here comes Alice. Ooh, she's gonna be pissed. Hey, Alice, what the hell is this? You chose betray last time. So I chose betray too. No. Why?
ちょっと待ってよ。前回のこのラウンドってわけわかんないこと言わないでくれる？
Can you tell me one thing? When exactly did you press the button?
投票締め切りの5分前。アナウンスがあったでしょ？そのすぐ後で押したわ。でもそれがどうしたっていうの？
What? No, that can't. What was going on? When Fi and I chose ally, Alice picked betray.
私はただ最も理にかなった選択をしたまでよ。
Hold on, I'm gonna check your message. What was that? It's pretty cheap on the Steam store, but I guess you wouldn't prefer a Switch, would you? Well, I would prefer a Switch, yeah. Especially since that game doesn't really use traditional point-and-click PC controls. You have direct control of your character, as I remember. From what little I remember of playing the PC version. And playing it with the keyboard wasn't exactly pleasant. Because it's kind of a Resident Evil kind of controls in that game, from what I can remember. Kind of Resident Evil-like tank controls. Or I could have that wrong, obviously, but...
この状況で裏切り以外を選ぶなんてありえないでしょ。頭悪いんじゃないの？あなたたち。
But this time I chose betray and our vote changed to ally. That happened with Tenyoji already. Why? What was different? Had history somehow changed because of my choice? No, that was insane. If Alice had somehow known that I had chosen betray and chosen ally in response, at least that would have followed the principles of cause and effect. But what had just happened was something entirely different. There was no way Alice could have known what we would choose when she made her decision. Besides, if she had known we intended to betray her, there's no way she would have chosen ally. In other words, she must have made her decision without any knowledge of ours. Let's say we're talking about a game of rock, paper, scissors. I throw out a rock. Right after that, Alice throws down paper. Obviously, I lose, so I go back in time and decide to whip out the scissors this time. This time, Alice chooses rock. I lose again, but that's fine because it still makes sense. My actions in the past caused Alice's actions in the future. Easy. But what had just happened in the AB game was unlike that. Let's go back to that innocent game of rock, paper, scissors. This time Alice is the one who threw out her hand first, but in this situation there was no way for me to know what it is. So I decide to go with rock. Now Alice's choice is revealed. Turns out she went with paper. Damn it! I lose and I'm pissed off. So once again, I go back in time to try and change history and erase my loss. What will I choose this time? That's not even a question. Scissors, obviously. After all, last time Alice went with paper. Here's the important part. When I make this choice, Alice has already made her choice. Sure of my victory, I throw out a pair of scissors. But what the hell? My rage would be white hot. How could this have happened? Why? Alice's hand had been paper before. How did it change to rock? Obviously there's no cause and effect here, since Alice's choice was in the past and mine was in the future. How could that even happen? How could the future influence the past? But it wasn't theoretical now. This had actually happened. What the hell was going on? No, wait. Why the fuck was I talking so casually about going back in time? That kind of stuff doesn't happen in real life. Right, of course. Time travel is impossible. There is absolutely positively no way to travel through time. But if that was true,
この状況で裏切り以外を選ぶなんてありえないでしょ。頭悪いんじゃないの？あなたたち。ねえ、ちょっと何ボケット突っ立ってんのよ。
oh, sorry.
なんで私があなたに問い詰められなきゃいけないわけ？責めたいのは私の方よ。あなたとファイのせいで私の BP は1になっちゃったんだからね。
Yeah, you're right.
そうだなって何よ。よくも平気な顔してそんなこと言えるわね。
I'm sorry. Really, I seriously feel terrible about this.
今後一切あなたとファイのことは信用しないから。
Yeah, she's not about to reveal her secrets on this timeline, that's for sure.
よく覚えておきなさい。
Alice stormed off. She threw one last hurt, scornful look over her shoulder as she left and stabbed me right through the heart. One of the other teams seemed to be dealing with a similar issue.
本当に何と言ってお詫びしていいのやら。まさか天明寺さんが。
わしが裏切りを選ぶはずがなかろう。相手に四つ葉がいるというのに。
どういうこと？
もしかして天明寺さん、四つ葉さんに気があるのですか？
Interesting, clever.
お前、ふざけてるのか？そういう問
He
題ではない
knows her, that's why.
ではどういう問題なのです？
What is it?
それは
だいたいこのゲームで協力を選ぶ方がどうかしてるんだよ。よっぽどの信頼関係がない限りそんなの選ぶはずがないじゃん。
But he really trusted you.
その信頼関係がないと？
当たり前でしょ。
Well, she doesn't know who you are because she doesn't recognize you. You've aged.
老人とどうやって信頼関係を築けって言うのよ。
Ha, that's what she thinks.
わかった。もう何も言うな。胸が切り刻まれるようじゃ。
あ？何よそれ。
Poor Junpei.
なんかさっきからいちいち発言内容がキモいんですけど。
Poor Junpei.
とにかく話は分かった。わしが短時間の間に信頼関係を結べなかったのが敗因ということじゃな。
まあそういうことになるかな。なんだかそんな風に素直に認められちゃうと拍子抜けしちゃうけど。
あっちに成功例があるからな。あれを見せつけられてはわしが悪かったのだと思わざるを得んのじゃよ。
成功例？本当にありがとうございます。もういいって。僕らは当然の選択をしただけだもんね、ディオさん。
ああ、そうだな。
Dio, Quark, and Luna, on the other hand, seem to have resolved things amicably by all choosing ally. No doubt we're all wishing we'd done the same. But why had Dio sounded so awkward? What had happened in the AB room? Only Dio and Quark knew for sure.
ねえゼロ、
Let's skip that part over. He's gonna explain the same thing as in the other timelines. There's no difference.
最後に一つだけ言ってお君たちが次に開くべき CD もう見たよね。例の赤、青、
And then he explains that he's going to leave the game. Okay. Oh yeah, that's when Sigma is going to explain go on a rant about how he got abducted and how it happened and blah blah blah. Isn't it? Yeah, right. So let's skip this over. And then you get to pick which room you want to go through first, and so on and so forth. Yeah, right, okay. I don't know. Let's go to the infirmary first. So, this is the infirmary, huh?
何しに来たのよ。
Still mad,
当
huh?
たり前じゃない。
まあまあ、そうカリカリすんなって。
ディオはいいわよね。BP が5もあるんだから。私とそこにいる天明寺さんは1しかないのよ。分かってる？
だからといって周りに当たり散らしても仕方がなかろう。そんなことをしても BP は戻ってこんのじゃからな。
なんなのよそれ。あなたまで私のこと批判するっていうの？あなただけは私の気持ち分かってくれると思ったのに。
分かっておるとも。
分かってないじゃない。ちっとも。あなたは追い先短いからそんな悠長なこと言ってられるのよ。私は違うの。もっと長生きしたいの。やり残したことだってたくさんあるんだから。
やり残した。
You're an old man. You're about to die anyway, so what's it for to
も
you?
っとたくさん綺麗な服を着たい
Yeah,
し、
real nice and
もっとたくさん
tactful.
美味しいものも食べたいし、もっとたくさん素敵な恋もしたいし。
くだらんな。
なんですって？
Ah, yeah, this is the same
お前さんの
argument
味
as
方をしてや
before.
ろうと思ったんじゃが、今の発言を聞いてげんなりじゃよ。
誤解しないでよ。今のはただ勢い
The,
に
the
任せて言っただけで。
materialist,
本当はもっと大事なことがあるんだから。
which is avenge your
殺され
father.
た父の
Yeah.
仇を取ること。
Yeah, we've been
差し障り
there. Been there, done that. We already had that conversation.
親父は空中。
It's the same one. Ah, yeah, he's gonna lie about his father being a trapeze artist or something like that. Yeah, we've been there. We don't know anything about Phi. Let's go to the lounge, I guess. And then let's go to the crew quarters last.
あ、シグマか。
いらっしゃいま
Are you some kind of waitress?
せ。何しに来たの？
Ah, yeah, he's gonna go about how he's with 3 girls in the lounge. He's gonna feel like he's in a VIP room or something. Isn't it? So this is the lounge, huh? A bar, a sofa, and 3 ladies. I feel like I'm in the VIP room.
一杯飲んでく？
You better not be underage.
ついこの間20歳になったばっか。
I see. Well, I guess we could probably have a drink or two then. Unfortunately, as much fun as that sounds like, I don't think it's a very good
どうして
idea. This isn't really a good time to be getting wasted.
こんな状況だからこそ普通は
You've got a point.
シグマさん
I'm just kidding. Besides, I've got a headache. Drinking is probably not the best plan. And they're gonna go about how they're all having a headache and they don't feel right. And blah blah blah, it's the same thing. Same discussion as last time. Well, at least this is gonna be the last time that I have to go through all of this. Since this is the 6th time already I've had to do this.
シグマさん、ちょうどいいところに来てくださいました。
このキャビンがある区画って確かシグマさんたちが調べたんだったよね
Yeah, I was. Fi Alice and I went through all the
その時
rooms.
どこか不自然な箇所。
例えば隠し通路がありそうなところとか
If I had, you really think I wouldn't have told you? This is the same conversation, at least as far as I can tell. Ah, yeah, the leaflet about Radical 6 in his pocket. Clover was the first into the room, followed quickly by me, Kay, and Pork. Ah, yeah, they noticed the bomb, so it's just like last time. Same as last time. Same conversation too.
ごめんやっぱりよくはで
Ah, yeah, she explained what antimatter is.
それにしても誰かはわかる。でもいつかはわからない。私とだから
Yeah, same. That's still the same thing. Fast forward.
急いで移動しま
Yeah, only 4 minutes left before going through the color doors.
考えられうる組み合わせの
Okay. This time, however, the vote is going to play out differently. Because not everything is the same. I'm trying to figure out which one I'm going to pick. I think I want to go through the green one. Yeah, I think this is for the best. Yep. Option A. Luna and I yellow, pair up with Clover, blah blah blah. So, basically, as far as I am concerned, I can either go with Clover through the green one, which is what I want anyway. Ken Korka, blah 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 blah. Or I can go with Fi through the red door. That's not the one that I want. Or option C, we go through the blue one, but that's what I chose last time. I want to go through the green one with Clover.
カラードドア閉鎖まで残り3分です。
Okay, how do we want to do this?
最初の CD に入った時にはシグマが行き先を選んだわよね。
Yeah.
それじゃ次は私に選ばせてもらえる？
Why you?
私にはその権利があるはずよ。何しろ私の今の BP は1なんだから。こういうのは最も不利な人間にこそ優先的に選択権が与えられるべき。
Last time you didn't want to let the person at a disadvantage choose. I think we should vote.
そう思わない？
だったらじっちゃんにもその権利があることになるよだってじっちゃんの BP も1だし
確かにそうじゃな。じゃがまずはアリスの希望から聞かせてもらうことにしようか。
Is she going to pick the list the same as last time?
お前さんはどの扉に入りたいと思っておるのかね。
緑の扉よ。
No, 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 no. I am going through the
水
green
色の
door.
ペアである K とクオークと組んで。
なるほど。するとパターン B ということになりますね。
No, no,
天
no,
明寺さ
no.
んとディオさんのペアは四つ葉さんと組んで青の扉。天明寺さんいかがですか？
ああ、わしはそれでも構わんよ。
No, 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 no.
どうして次の AB ゲームでも 私と対戦することになるんだよ。それでもいいの？
だからこそじゃよ。四つ葉、さっきお前さんはわしのことなど信頼できるはずがないと言ったな。その汚名をわしはぜひ返上したいと思っておるのじゃよ、この機会に。
天明寺さん。
とはいえアリスと組んでも構わんと実は思っておったのじゃがな。アリスにも折り入って話しておきたいことがあっての。
何よそれ。
And
ま
that is.
それはおいおいということで。
とにかく
Be serious.
アリスさんの第一希望はパターン B なんですよね。
ええ、まあ
他の皆さんはどうでしょう。それで問題ないですか？
I thought about it for a moment. If I went with option B, then Luna and I would go through the red door with 5. But that's not what I want right now. As far as how I felt about that, no, I should not have said
私も
yes.
構わん。
I should not have said that. I'm not okay with that. No.
終わりましたね。
No, that's not okay. Why not? Because... oh no, this is bad.
それじゃあシグマさんはどの扉に入り
Which
たいと？
door do you want then?
残ってるのはパターン A とパターン C になりますが。
I thought about it again. If I went with A, then Luna and I would end up paired with Clover and we'd go through the green door. On the other hand, if I chose C, we'd be going through the blue door with Alice, but she's not gonna agree to that after I betrayed her anyway. You don't get to pick blue on that path. So which one did I want? I decided to go through the green door with Clover. I want option A. We'll take Clover and go through the green
勝
door.
手なこと言わないでよ。
わしは別に構わんぞい。さっきも言った通り、アリスにも話しておきたいことがあるんでな。
何なのよその話しておきたいことって。
ここでは言えん。後で話そう。
ああもうそんなこと言われたら気になるじゃない。
じゃあアリスさんもいいんですね。
まあいいわ。
パターン A で。
好きにすれば。
他にいろんなある方はいらっしゃいますか？
Nope. Let's go
そ
with
れじゃあ
this.
これで決まりですね。行きましょう。
カラードドア閉鎖まで残り10秒です。9、8、7。
We nodded quickly to one another and split up. Tenmyoji, Dio, and Alice headed toward the red door, while Kei, Quark, and Phi made their way toward the blue one. The gaping maw of the green door bounced in front of me as Clover, Luna, and I ran toward it.
2、1、0。カラードドア閉鎖。
What's it gonna be, this one?
扉は3枚ありますが、いずれもロックがかかってるようですね。
Yeah.
なんか装置みたいなのがあるね。なんだろうこれ。旧の扉の脇にあったものと似てますが。
Clover, try pulling that lever.
なんで私が。
Might be dangerous. I was hoping you could just wrap your hands around it and give it a good jerk. It is kinda big, but I'm sure you can handle it. Just be gentle.
なんなのよそれ。
This doesn't seem like appropriate workplace behavior. You're kind of grossing me out. I know you probably still think of yourself as just a girl, but you have to become a woman someday.
そんなこと言われたらなおさら下げたくないってば。
You're not making it any
こう
better.
いうのは普通男性がやるべきなんじゃないの？
If you can't take it, then maybe Luna can. Have you done this before? You just start at the base and work your way up, then give it a good tug once you get to the top.
ルナはどっからどう見ても女性だし、あんたはどっからどう見ても男性でしょうが。突然キモい女言葉使わないでくれる？
Fine, but I won't like it. I sighed heavily and flipped the switch with as much languid disdain as I could manage.
扉が開きましたね。開いたのは左の扉だけか。とにかく先へ進んでみましょう。
Yeah, maybe we should try flipping it one more time, though. I think you could actually manage it with just one hand, Clover. Just do it real fast. It'll only take a second, just up and down
だから
once.
なんなのよ、それは。
That was worth it, I guess. For a good laugh. Library?
資料室
Archives?
のようですね。入ってきた扉にリファレンスルームと書いてありましたから。
その名の通り、棚には資料らしきファイルや本がびっしりと詰まってるね。
Maybe we can find some clues here. Alright, let's split up and have a look around. Allons-y. Okie dokie. There's a bike lock on this box. I don't think we'll be able to force it open, but no harm in trying. Nope, well, I didn't think that that'll work. I guess we'll have to open the lock if we want to open the box. Well, did you see this die on top? Oh, yeah, that is totally a die. Green die. A green die. Nothing up my sleeve. You're not making it sound any less suspicious. Well, it's perfectly ordinary. What do we have here? NK? Ah, ink. Okay, my bad. Ink. Well, I guess the mystery of the dark blue liquid was easier to solve than I thought. This looked like the sort of ink you'd use with a dip pen, but I don't remember seeing anything like that. Then again, I suppose you could use it for a lot of different things. Blue dye. What's in that box? Oh, a music box. There's no music coming from this music box. I guess it's just a box. I don't see a spring. Maybe we should check the movement. The movement? Sorry, movement means the internal pieces that actually make it work, like the cylinder here. Unfortunately, it looks like it's been fixed in place with a Phillips screw. So I need a Phillips head screwdriver. Notebook paper. And it is completely white. There are some faint lines on this paper. Oh, must be notebook paper. I don't see any notes on it though. You cannot combine these items. Okay. Hey, a red one. Okay. Well, this die looks perfectly ordinary. Phillips head screwdriver. Isn't it? Yep, it is. Hey, a Phillips head screwdriver. Why would you have a screwdriver in a room full of books? Maybe it's useful if you're reading some deconstructionist literature. What? Just using my memory from 999. Just need to roll this across the paper, and there we go. Pattern transcribed. So. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, you could cut it and then make a die out of this, I suppose. So, yeah. Yeah, 6 is opposite to 1, 4 is opposite to 3, and 2 is opposite to 5. That makes sense. Hey, there's a weight on the left one. 50 grams? Says 50 grams. I guess it is a weight. Yes, I think you usually use weights like this to weigh things, but I suppose you could do other things with it. If you put it in a snowball, you could get a little extra oomph. That's not what I meant. Yeah, this would be pretty mean. That was highly forbidden when I was in school. That green book seems different from the others. You're right, it's a different color. Let's have a look at it. To the Sun. A book with a green cover. It says its title is To the Sun. Hey, there's something written on the back cover of the book. What? And Lion D0703. Okay. Now that orange one is suspicious looking. And Lion To the Sun. CO518. That red one looks suspicious. Go up. The stairway. Hey! Isn't there something up there? What is it? I can't see it from down here. Okay, fair enough. Now there's a blue book here. Is this the last odd book out? I think so. I double-checked all the shelves. Nice blue hardcover book. I guess the title is The Stairway. It says something on the back cover of this one too. So we have Go Up A0502. The Stairway B0630. I'm running out of space on that sheet of paper to write down notes. Let's see. Let's write it out. Write it down. Go up. A0502. The Stairway. The Stairway. B0630. Those two go together, I guess. And Lion. No, to the, this is going to be the next one, I guess. Or to, damn it, to the Sun. CO518. Go up the stairway to the Sun and Lion. D0703. Okay. I've got those written down. I guess if I could make some sort of stairway with the shelves by maybe adjusting their levels. We need to get that lock off so we can open the box. This puzzle's go, it's pretty straightforward. We just need the right 5-digit number. Is there a way where I can throw dice? Blue plus green times red. Oh, or is it that thing? Pretty much the only thing anyone's gonna manage in this room is books. It's got the letters A, B, C, and D, and then the numbers. Yeah, I probably have to input the numbers that were on the back of the books. Well, the bookshelves has 8 rows and so does this chart. There's a narrow bookshelf on either side and wider ones in the middle. Yes, they're shaped just like diagrams on the chart. You need to input something. There's a blue slot here. You think we're supposed to put something in it? It has an awfully small hole. What would we be putting in it? A management chart for the bookshelves. Yeah, but can't you open something? Input something? No? Wait, do you have to weigh the dice? And that gives you the values, I guess. Oh. Right, okay. Yeah. We have 3 dice. Okay. Let's see. So. We have 50 grams. Okay. The green one is lighter somehow. Okay, the blue one is heavier. What about the red one? Wait, what? They're equal? I guess so. Okay. So the red one is equal 50 grams. Equal 50. How should I proceed? I need to figure out the values of the blue and green ones. Let's see. Okay, so the green one is 100. 100 grams. And what about the blue one then? Yeah, that doesn't tell me the value of the blue one. Let's say... damn it. Well, I know the red one and 50 grams are equal, and I know the green one is twice that one or that one. Well, no, that would be 150. Well, the green one normally should still be heavier. Because that's 50 plus something that's less than 50. And we have 100 on that side. How is that possible? Do I get as many tries as I want? Well, okay, the red one is 50 grams. But I thought... Yeah. So that's that one is... Wait, the blue one is more? Everything I wrote down is completely wrong now. What the heck? No, that one is definitely 100, and this one is sitting somewhere in between 100 and 50. Ah, no, the blue is actually more. Huh. Okay. What can it be then? This one is 100. This one is 50. Okay, so the blue one is 150. Okay. Okay, I've got the values now. It's only there to help you figure out the values, I guess. So it's 150 plus 100 times 50. So that's 5,000. Yeah, 5,150. Yeah, okay, I got it. In the end, took me long enough. Good job. Let's open it. Oh, I wonder if this is someone's diary. Hehe, sounds like fun. Nothing on the cover. I wonder what kind of book this is. Let's open it up. How's it going, Panda? I can't read it. I think this is Latin. Looks that way. Well, it's not a total loss. There's a bookmark at least. Maybe we should take that. A bookmark? Bookmark, huh? Well, at least it's not a clever bookmark. Oh, okay. Maybe I should copy this down. One, 2, 3, 4. Red 5. Red 2. Blue 6. Green 4. Then we have blue 1 and green 3. Okay. Well, there's not much else, is there? What do I need to insert into this thing? There's a blue slot. Well, not the weight, obviously. Not the books. Huh. Well, that's empty now. Taken everything off the desk. All that's left is the desk itself. I checked it out, but I didn't find anything suspicious. And I'm not seeing anything underneath it either. Oh my god. Clever, don't move. Huh? Is there something wrong? I thought girls only did this pose in magazines. To see it in real life and from behind, no less. What's going on? I'm coming back out. Okay. Man, that was good. What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Just thinking out loud. Hey, maybe the scale is for us to weigh the dice with. Maybe we don't need it. Yeah, I don't need to anymore. Not anymore, anyway. A management chart for bookshelves. Relates to the placement of the books on the shelves or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Oh yeah, hold on. Yeah. This has something to do with the arrangement. Okay, so A is that one over there. Go up goes into that one. Hold on. It's easier if I try it that way. It's that one. It goes here. Uh-huh. Then, I think that was it, right? Row A, 5 from the top, 2 across. Yeah, that's correct. Then, the stairway goes into that one. Here. The stairway. No, it's that one. The blue one, yeah. And then in that one, we have to the sun. Yeah, actually, what you had to do is pick the books and then put them back where they belong. Yeah, that one is to the sun. Okay. And then that one goes somewhere in there. 7th row from the top, third book. Okay, there we go. What was that? I think it came from the other side of the wall. No, that wasn't the wall. I think it came from the bookshelf. What's happening? Go up the stairway to the Sun and Lion, it said. There's a plush toy up there that looks like it's a lion with a head like a sun. It's sunk. I guess it was one of those trick bookshelves where if you put the right thing in the right place, it does stuff. It's like a staircase. What if they were nice enough to give us stairs? I guess we should climb them. The top is a lot more narrow than I thought. Should I go? Well, with a big skirt like that, it might get kind of dangerous. Oh, if I just hike it up, I think it should be. And I think there's somebody down on all fours trying to not look like he's staring up toward the bookshelf. Sigma, what are you doing? I lost a contact. You don't wear any. Ow! You climb. Okay. A doll. Okay, that's the only thing that's up here. Guess I might as well take it. Huh? Can't really go any further. This is a dead end. Are you done yet? Was there anything up there? Yeah, I'm heading back down now. So did you find anything? No puzzles or anything like that? Just that stuffed animal? Yeah. Hey, that's a funny looking dog. Dog? I'm pretty sure that's a lion. Is this a lion? It doesn't really look like one. Nah, it's a lion. Hold on. There's a zipper on its back. Let's see what's inside. Ah, a blue memory card, I guess. That goes in there, doesn't it? Alright, I've got this blue memory card, and there's a blue slot in the stand. Let's see what happens when I put it in, then. Another puzzle. Probably. Oh, it's that thing. It's that puzzle. You have to move the dice in such a way that they fall into place and that it's and that the numbers fit or something like that, exactly like they showed in the document before. It's showing the dice. I wonder what the puzzle is. Well, there's only one way to find out. Roll the 6 dice to move them to where they need to go, and I think you get only a certain amount of movements. Choose which die you would like to move by clicking it. You can roll it vertically or horizontally by clicking and dragging the mouse or using the arrow keys. Okay, that one should go... Yeah, obviously I have to hold my drawing in the right angle as well. But I need a blue one here, but it needs to read 6. Okay, well that's correct, at least. Now I need a blue one over there that reads 1. That's correct. Now I need a red one up there that reads 5. Actually... Like this. green 4. It's gonna become more complicated when things get more cramped. Oh, well, I think I've got it. I need a red one over there that reads 2. Okay. And I need a green one down there that reads 3. Okay. That's a green password. That was amazing. The colors changed. Do you think? Let's take a look. Wait, is this? Yeah, it's a password to the safe, but I still need the blue password though. I'm guessing you have to make it so that instead of the numbers I entered earlier, the numbers should be what it should be on the opposite side of the die. So here I had the blue 6 before, so I would have to have a 1, I'm guessing. I had a 1 over there, so I think it's gonna be a 6 this time. Green 4, so that should be 3 here instead. Okay. Down there, it should be a 4. That's why I don't like these puzzles. Okay. There, instead of 2, I need 5. Oh, well, okay. Perfect. And then I need a 2 for the last one. Oh, okay, perfect. I guessed it right. It needed to be the opposite side of the die. Okay, all stars. No, that's not the safe. Stupid. The safe is... Where is it anyway? Ah, yeah, by the exit. Let's put the blue one first. So 3 stars. A gold file. Secret. Okay, Prisoner's Dilemma. That's the explanation we already had before, so I don't have to read it again. A note about the antimatter bomb. This bomb uses the energy generated by the collision of particles and antiparticles. So how does this work? Phi explains. Imagine 2 types of matter that are exactly opposite, like male and female. When they are combined, what happens? According to quantum theory, their numbers are added together and make 0, like 1 and -1, and they kind of disappear because they cancel each other out. Blah blah blah. This is the detonator that Dio had in the previous timeline I played through. What's that one? Cybernetic arm. Ah, that's interesting. A device originally created to weaponize genetically engineered psychic bears. What? Just kidding, it's actually an arm augmented for online sex chat. Not really. In truth, it's the arm from a mysterious libido-powered robot. I'm just messing with you. A cybernetic arm is actually a mechanical limb that you can control with your mind. Really, it has titanium alloy for bones, and those are covered with ABT, or artificial biological tissue. This is something that the robot in that bay before was talking about. The ABT even has artificial nerves so that you can feel pain through it, just like a real arm. It has veins that connect to the rest of your body, so if you inject medicine into a cybernetic arm, it'll flow to the rest of your body. The necklace Luna is never seen without has a cage containing a bluebird hanging from it. If you twist the key on the bottom, it plays music. Someone special gave it to her as a gift, and she says it reminds her of the following lesson: search for happiness wherever you can, because the search itself is what will make you happy. The 3 laws of robotics were created by science fiction author Isaac Asimov and play a large part in his robot series. They are as follows. Rule number 1. A robot may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm. Number 2. A robot must obey the orders given to it by human beings, except where such orders would conflict with the first law. Number 3. A robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second laws. Later on, Asimov also developed another preceding rule known as the Zeroth Law, which first appeared in his story Robots and Empire. Rule number 0. A robot may not harm humanity or by inaction allow humanity to come to harm. Clearly, the number 0 law has priority over the first 3, so the first law would have the unwritten addendum, except where it would conflict with the 0th law. Whether or not 016 was aware of this law is unclear, but in any event, 016 did act in accordance with it. Memento Mori, if the ninth lion hate the sun, it appears to have been written in some sort of weird paint. Memento Mori is a Latin phrase that translates roughly to remember death, mortality. Ninth clearly refers to ninth, but seems to have been spelled wrong, likely on purpose. Why? Perhaps it's an anagram, like the words on the wall and the floor. A warehouse. If it is, what does this one mean? But I was already on a different page there. Okay, never mind. So in the archive, let's check the password for the safe. Star, moon, sun. Ha! It opened. Good, well done. So, what have we got this time? First, a map. It says floor B. The one we found in the cabin said floor A. So did the map in the infirmary. Then that means floor A must be the top floor, right? We did come down here on the elevator after all. So it would seem. There's more stuff in there. Oh, I know what those are. Yeah, key cards. These ones have moons on them. They must be the moon keys the announcer was talking about then. That means we can play the AB game. We got 2 just like with the sun keys. As a pair, Luna and I should only need 1. Then I'll take the other one. So, what's next? A piece of paper. It has something written on it. More AB game rules. Yeah, that's the same rules we've already found in different rooms. Only one thing, the key. Alright then, let's go. You guys ready? I'm gonna open the door. Go ahead. I'm all set. Then here we go. 3, 2, 1. There's at least 2 more escape room sequences I haven't done. And it has chromatic doors, just like the one on floor 8.
壁にも落書きがあるね。書いてある文章は違うけど。
スペルミスでしょうか。ナイズの綴りが間違っています。正しくは NINTH のはずで。
Yeah, that is weird.
意味は
What I think Memento Mori is Latin for something like remember death or don't forget your mortality. That other part, I mean, I assume it's just what it says on the tin.
もしも第9の獅子が太陽を食べたらですね。
It sounds like that plush toy we found earlier, doesn't it? Oh,
で
yeah.
もどういうこと？何が言いたいのかさっぱりわかんないんだけど。
Come to think of it. Yeah, I was wondering, was there any use for that plush toy? But yeah, it had the memory card hidden in its, in the stuffing through the zipper on the back. Agreed. Whatever it means, peace be on me.
向こうにある大きな扉、あれも英会にあったものと同じですね。
だけど何も書いてないよ。
Yeah, there's a big 9 on the other door. I guess that means this door isn't important.
扉を開くための装置のようなものも見当たりませんね。
Yup, nothing, not opening.
ま そりゃそうでしょ。こんな頑丈そうな鉄の扉なんだから。
Well, how do you open it then?
もしかしたら
You're not supposed
向
to.
こう側からだったら
From the other side, maybe? The other side?
ところであっちの白く光ってる扉は何かな。
3枚ありますね。 CD カラードドアでしょうか。
Yeah, I think you're right. See? They've got those little boxes. These must be the next set of chromatic doors we're supposed to go through.
じゃあ次の扉の色は白ってこと？
多分バングルの表示色を混ぜ合わせたもの、それが白になればこの扉は開く。おそらくそういうことなんだと思います。
Suddenly, the voice of the announcer echoed through the warehouse. An AB room has been opened.
アンビデックスゲートが開放されました。アンビデックスゲーム投票の締め切りまで残り45分です。
What? How the hell
も
did
しか
that
したら
happen?
別のチームが開いてしまったのかもしれません。月のカードキーを使って AB ゲートを。
Why would they do that without waiting for the
と
rest
に
of
かく
us?
A 階の倉庫に戻ってみよう。
And then they're gonna go on about, well, wait, you didn't know that if you can't vote, then you die,
早く。
and so on and so forth. We leapt out of the magenta door and into the warehouse. There stood Tenyoji, Dio, and Alice. Hey, what the hell is this? Why'd you open one of the AB rooms before the rest of us got
わ
back?
しとアリスは何もしておらん。
ディオが勝手に。
悪いか？
Now that you know that he planted bombs in the facility, that tells you why he's always in such a hurry to play the AB game. He wants to go away and just finish the mission. Yes, I do have a problem.
みんなが集まらないとゲートを開けちゃいけないなんて約束。俺はした覚えはないぜ。
Are you kidding me? We didn't talk about it because we thought it was common sense.
シグマさんの言う通りですよ。私たちはすぐに駆けつけられたからいいものの、パイさん、ケイさん、クオーク君の3人はまだどこかの部屋にいるかもしれないんですよ。
No sooner were the words out of her mouth.
ああ、よかった。皆さん揃っていたのですね。
Did something happen?
ええ。クオーク君が
クオークがどうしたんじゃ。
倒れたのです。つい先ほど部屋を探索していた時に。
なんじゃと？
とにかくすぐに医務室に来てください。
Ah, yeah, okay, so in that timeline, he doesn't suddenly disappear.
今はファイさんが付き添って見ていますが、ですから。
Temyoji shoved Kei aside and leapt through the yellow door. The rest of us exchanged a few startled looks, then ran off after him.
クオーク、おい、クオーク、しっかりしろ。
It's probably gonna be mostly the same here. It was Clover who stopped him. Yeah, right.
ちょっとクオークは病人なんだよ。安静にしておかないと悪化しちゃうかもしれないじゃん。
What am I supposed to do then? It's gonna be.
ではどうすればいいんじゃ。
Yeah.
どうすればクオークは助かる？
助かるって。ちょっと大げさすぎやしねえか。
Yeah, it's the same thing as yesterday. Hold on.
本当ルナ。
She's gonna have a look at him. He has Radical 6. And then Alice. And
食い
then.
物だったら腐るほどあったが、 抗ウイルスやそんなもんはどこ
He has the axillevere on himself, if I remember correctly. Tennoji slumped through the ground because the others didn't find any in the rooms that they went through. For a moment there was silence. Yeah, he's gonna try to kill himself with the scalpel. Alice will get the scalpel and she will try to kill herself with it too. Yeah, they put him to sleep.
それにして
I turned and followed Tenyoji's gaze. Alice has the scalpel. Alright, then they go looking for her. He goes through the lounge and she's in there. He goes up. Pantry. She's not there either. I decided to try the garden where Fi, Quark, and Kay had gone after passing through their door, and that's where she's going to be, with Fi by her side. We've been searching for Alice for a while and had found nothing. I hope that nothing had happened to her, but... Oh, she's not there? In that one? Hold on. Did he say something different about the garden? The first thing I noticed when I stepped inside was the smell. Plant life was everywhere, and the air was filled with this fresh scent of it growing underlaid with the sweet, dry tones of dead leaves underfoot. While the air outside had been dry and harsh, in here it was warm and wet, like a forest after a spring rain, just like Kay said. Plants and stuff everywhere. Then, damn, she's not here either. This is bad. We'd been searching for Alice for a while, and I'd found nothing. I hoped that nothing had happened to her, but I searched every corner of floor B. Okay, she was nowhere to be seen. Okay, so this is where things start to differ, I suppose. This is pointless. I should just get back to floor A. Maybe someone else has found her. You may find her dead. Doesn't look like anybody's here. I should have a look in the rooms. And there she is, dead. On that timeline, anyway. Alice! The first thing I saw when I stepped through the door was the blossom of red on her chest. This thing is also the same. Where did this happen? Blah blah blah. My legs began to wobble and I put a hand against the wall, distancing myself as my heart thundered in my chest. Calm down, calm down. This looks pretty bad, but you don't actually know anything yet. Yeah, that's right. Maybe it's not too late. Maybe we can still save her. And then he's gonna say that the only pulse he could feel was his own. Right. No pulse. Clearly she wasn't breathing either. Her pupils had dilated hideously, making her face seem somehow inhuman. Ah, okay. No. Embedded in her chest was a scalpel. I was no doctor, but judging by the angle, it looked like it had pierced her heart. Had someone stabbed her? No. What if she...
どうせみんな死ぬのよ。だったらいっそこの場で。
Yeah, she killed herself. No. No! It was too late. Something in my brain snapped. A scream clawed its way out of my body, taking my mind with it. The last thing I felt was my body slumping to the floor and the world went dark. When I came to, I was floating in a field of nothingness. Game over? What? What? Oh, but wait. I think... Hold on. This one is a bit particular, I think, isn't it? If you simply reload the save file, I think... Then he's gonna remember what he just saw before, and so things will play out differently. Yeah, right. That's it. He just remembered it. He had the vision there, but I shouldn't have skipped though. Did I just save, by the way, just before? I think I did. Allow me to... Yeah, I just did. Hold on. So as to not miss any of the dialogue. Yeah, you just reload the save file and restart from here. Ah, no one here. Damn, where did she go? Then suddenly the world shifted. For just an instant, I was somewhere else entirely. My mind reeled, and then, just as I'd begun to adjust, it was gone, as if nothing had happened. What was that? It was the same sensation I'd felt when I saw the vision of the bombs exploding. Had it been a premonition? This is bad. I need to find Alice now. But where could she be? Damn it, Alice, where are you? Crew quarters. What about the crew quarters? Yeah, that has to be it. I set up at a dead run. The moment I entered the crew hallway, I made straight for the door to the number 2 room. Alice should be in here. I swallowed and threw open the door. Alice, so you were here. As I spoke, her eyes turned towards mine, but I didn't get the feeling that they were looking at me. Her skin was pale and sickly, and one of her hands held the scalpel like I'd caught her in the middle of something. It's okay, I'm just here to help you. Just let go of that scalpel.
いやよ、このメスがなかったらバングルを外せなくなっちゃうじゃない。
Huh?
ゼロウサギはこう言ってたわ。心臓が止まればバングルは外れるって。
Yeah, but you die then.
このメスで。
No! Stop! Before I even finished the word, I was running. I grabbed both her arms and wrenched them back, pulling the blade away from her chest.
やめて！離してよ！もう嫌なの！こんなところにいるのはもうたくさんなのよ！だったらいっそ死んでしまった方が。
Knock it off! With a grunt, I tore her scalpel from her hands. You're not dying now. Not yet. It was a second before I felt a burning pain in my left hand. I'd apparently cut myself getting the damn thing away from her. Very quickly, it progressed from a dull throbbing to a hot line of pain across my palm. I clenched my teeth and squeezed my hand tight. I was so focused on my pain that I barely heard Alice collapse. She didn't respond when I shook her. Hey, are you alright? Alice, say something! There was a moment of terror before I realized she was still breathing. I didn't know why, but it seemed she'd only passed out. Shit, what am I supposed to do now? Oh man, maybe the infirmary? It's got all those medical things. Buoyed by adrenaline, I hefted Alice's body and took off toward the infirmary.
Minasan, よく聞いてください。さっきと同じように、アダム、生体の...
Yeah, she has Radical 6 too. We know. If I had called everyone else back after I brought Alice to the infirmary, 7 sets of eyes widened as Luna spoke.
そんな、どうしてアリスは一体どうなっちゃうの？
さっきも言いましたが、治療する方法はたった一つしかありません。ラジカル6に効き目のある抗ウイルス薬。ただし、 ここにそんなものが存在する
Yeah,
のか
then
ど
they're
うか
gonna have the idea to put them in the treatment pods to like put them in like suspended life or something, so that at least if it can't cure them from the virus, that it can at least like not make them worse, keep them from getting worse. And that's when the bottle of Axelavir is going to fall off from Quark's pocket. It's gonna play out the same way, right?
私はただだから
まあよかったじゃねえ。お前にとっちゃ願ったり叶ったりだろ。シグマとルナ、次の AB ゲームでこの二人の対戦相手になるのは
Wait, was there more text? Was there a text that was different? I gave her some super ill. She'll be sleeping like Quark.
その四つ葉が投票を棄権した場合、
Oh,
彼女
they
の選択は
didn't
自動
even
的に強力に設
think
定
of
される。
putting them in the pods? She doesn't vote and she'll
だから
default
二
to
人にとっ
ally.
ては好都合なわけだ。四つ葉がここに留まってくれた方が、特にシグマにとってはなおさら。何しろお前の現在の BP は6だからな。
Are you saying I'm gonna choose betray?
そうすりゃお前の BP は目標値に達する。
You bastard. There's no way I'd do that.
そうかな。
Yes, it is so. For one, I'm not the only one making this decision. Luna is my partner, and she'll be in the AB room with me. You really think she'd just stand by and let me do something like that? Well, actually, maybe she would. Back me up here, Luna.
いえ、私は全てをシグマさんにお任せしようと思っていたので。
ほらな、言わんこっちゃない。これでますますお前が裏切りを選ぶ可能性は高まったことになる。
Shut up.
でした
What
ら
is it?
シグマさんとルナさんもここに留まってはいかがでしょうか。四つ葉さん、シグマさん、ルナさん、3人が一緒に投票を棄権すれば万事解決すると思うのですが。
Nope, doesn't work like that.
どうしてですか？
Here, take a look at this. Yeah, I pulled the scrap of paper we'd found out of my pocket. We already know that. If none of the three people voting against one another are in the EAB room and voting, then those three people die. The whole team can't abstain.
天明寺とディオのいずれかは必ず投票をしなければならないことになるな。二人の対戦相手はアリス。そのアリスは今あんな状態だしな。
So Alice is guaranteed to vote ally, which means that if Dio picks betray...
さっきの仕返しか？俺が裏切りを選ぶなんてありえないことだ。アリスの今の BP は1なんだぜ。
Oh, yes, you would.
もしも俺が裏切りに投票したらどうな？
BP が
There's a lot of repeats, even if the scene doesn't play exactly the
よ
same.
っぽど信用されてないんだな俺は。
We know you would
念のため
betray.
じゃよ。うっかりとアリスを殺されてはかなわんからな。
うっかりとって。
ところで天明寺さん、さっき3つの CD に分かれて入る前にアリスさんに話しておきたいことがあるって言ってあれ何だったんです？
He's gonna say, oh, it's none of your business.
まあそれはそのなんだ、大したことではない。気にするな。
投票の締め切りまで残り5分です。
さあ、私と四つ葉はここに残って
Yeah.
アリスとクオークのことを見ている。だから他のみんなは投票を。
ファイさんも残るのですか？
あ、何かあった時に四つ葉一人だけでは対処できないかもしれないだろう。
Aren't you solo? You're playing against K and Quark, but with Quark out, that means K would get to decide this whole round.
私を信用してくださっていると。
そうだ。
私の BP は6なの。
あ、
おいおい、何をイカれたこと言ってるんだお前は。こいつの BP が9になっちまったらどうするんだよ。
大丈夫だ。 K は決して裏切らない。
どうして言い切れる。
まあなんとなく。
なんとなくってお前な。
Well, I'm starting to remember why she has reasons to trust Kay. It's because of something that she saw in a different timeline through the morphogenetic field. And something happened between Fi and Kay while they were out exploring.
わかりました。そこまでおっしゃっていただけるのなら、その期待に応えないわけにはいきません。私がチームの代表として投票を行っていきましょう。
ああ、頼んだぞ。
どうなっても知らねえからな俺は。
投票の締め切りまで残り4分です。
Time is of the essence, people.
さあ皆さん、とにかく行きましょう。
それではファイ、ヨックウォークとアリスのこと頼んだぞ。
ああ、
分かった。
With that, we were off. Or was that text? Because I skipped because I wanted to skip the animation, but I just saw there was some text. Ah yeah, I gave one last quick nod to Fi and Clover before heading back to the warehouse, for the warehouse at the dead run. Okay. Nothing important. Everybody ready? I'm going to open my AB gate. Although I guess that doesn't really matter, Dio already opened one earlier.
シグマさん、ルナさんのペアが開けばいいということになりますね。
ええ、そうですね。
Okay, let's go. Can I have a look at the flowchart, just seeing where I'm headed now? Yeah, I guess this is the way that I should go. I should choose ally. We all shared one last look at each other before ducking into our respective rooms. I don't need to think about it too much, right? Wait, hold on. Yeah, I skipped text that I wasn't supposed to skip again. What are you going to do? I mean, how are you going to vote? No question. If Clover isn't voting, then she's defaulting to ally. Betraying someone who isn't even playing hardly seems fair. Of course, I think so too. I'm just glad to hear you say it. Luna's face broke into a warm, happy smile. Not to be sappy, but it was like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. I grinned back at her before I knew what I was doing. For a minute, the Nunari game didn't seem so scary. Then she spoke. Sigma, what's wrong with your hand? Huh? There's something white on it. There's what? It's not blood. He has white blood. What the hell is this? For the first time since I'd found Alice in the crew quarters, I looked down at my hand. Across the palm was some sort of strange white liquid. For a moment I thought I'd somehow touched some white paint or something similar, but the truth was far stranger. The liquid was coming from my hand. Yeah, Kitty, I'm gonna stop the stream in just a few minutes, and then I'll let you out. It was coming from the cut I'd given myself when I grabbed the scalpel away from Alice, but why? Where was the blood? I felt a very odd sort of fear begin to wrap its hands around my throat. Quickly, I held my palm against my chest. I shouldn't have let Luna see that. Kitty? I shouldn't have let Luna see that.
大丈夫ですか?
Yeah, it's nothing. I went to the pantry while I was looking for Alice. There was some milk and I spilled it. Liar. It sounded even stupider as I said it.
本当に? でも
Yeah. Ah, stupid cat. You're gonna stay put just for 5 minutes. Come on. Ah, just shut up. It's fine, alright? I'm fine. Leave me alone. I regretted the words the moment they were out of my mouth, but something was wrong. Very wrong, and my head was spinning.
シグマさん
Oh man, I'm so sorry. It's just don't worry about it, okay?
投票の締め切りまで残り30秒です。
There was no time left. I had to vote. I turned and faced the machine. I took a few deep breaths, but the chaos in my mind refused to calm itself. Calm down, just calm down. You need to think about the AB game right now. Just forget about your hand. Who was I kidding? There was no way I could forget about something like that.
投票の締め切りまで残り10秒です。9、8、7、6、5、4、3、2、1。
Vote has been recorded. Please wait.
アンビ結果は倉庫内おつ
Luna and I stepped out of the AB room. I could see the others filing out of their rooms as we did.
シグマさん、やっぱり協力を選んだんですね。
Yeah. To be honest, the AB game was the last thing on my mind. As chaotic as my thoughts were, they all centered on one thing, the mysterious white liquid.
結果、見に行きませんか？
Sure. Luna nodded and walked off toward the projection, but I couldn't move. I glanced around to make sure no one was watching and opened my hand. The liquid didn't seem to have clotted or run out, since it was still oozing thickly out of the slit in my hand. What in the hell is this? It couldn't be blood, could it? No, that was impossible. No matter how many white blood cells clumped together, you'd never get anything that looked like that. And I'd never seen my blood do this before. In 22 years of life, I'd seen my body bleed many times. Scrapped knees as a kid, accidental nicks with a knife as an adult. With every single time I bled red, like any other human being. So why was it that this time it was white? What the hell is happening to me?
Oi, Sigma! 何をしてる? さっさとこっちに来いよ! 結果発表始まっちまうぞ!
Yeah, right. On my way. I did my best to compose myself and headed over to join the others. Okay. Clover betrayed. No? I know, ally. Okay. Well, this is the best round ever.
結果はか
Practically everyone is allied this time.
すごい、みんな協力で一致しましたよ。ケイさん、約束通り協力に投票してくれたんですね。
Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop the stream here now though. So I will try to be back later if I can, time allowing. Normally I should be able to, and then stream maybe 2 more hours later tonight, because I want to make up for not having been able to stream yesterday in the afternoon, which means that even yesterday at night I couldn't stream nearly as much as I would have if I could have in the afternoon, and today I had to start late in the afternoon too, so I also lost some time there, and I want to keep making some good progress on this game, so that I can at least finish it before the end of the month, before the end of Spooktober. But thanks for watching. I will then try to be back later on tonight, so in a few hours from now. Let's say an hour and a half, 2 hour stops, and I should be back normally. So thanks for watching. See you later.